What is friction? To stop a moving object, a force must act in the opposite direction to the direction of motion. For instance, if you push your book across your desk, the book will move, right? The force of the push moves the book. Now, as the book slides across the desk, it slows down and stops moving. Now, the force that opposes the motion of that object, of the book, is called friction. Now, if you make it more simpler, then friction basically is the resistance to the motion of one object moving relative to the another. And it is not a fundamental force like gravity or electromagnetism. Instead, scientists believe that it is the result of the electromagnetic attraction between charged particles in two touching surfaces. Therefore, friction is very essential to our life. And the reason why friction is very important to our world is because it affects almost everything that's in motion. When any object is moving, slipping or sliding in one direction, friction always acts in the direction opposite to it. I have some interesting paragons that what if there was no friction? I know that this will definitely amaze you, so let's start. Fact 1. We won't be able to turn pages neither write anything. When writing with a pencil or a pen, friction is must. Without friction, the pen slips out of your hand and the pencil lead would not make any mark on the paper. Due to friction, the papers of the ink and the lead would not stick to the paper and get locked. So if there would be no friction between the paper, pen or the pencil, the ink and the lead would not stick to the paper and we won't be able to write anything. Fact 2. We won't be able to walk, slip or slide. Friction force slows us down. Definitely it does, but it also helps us in moving, right? So if it is even eliminated, we won't be able to walk or run on any of the surfaces we want. So for example, when we walk or run on the ground, we push the ground in the backward direction, right? And as a reaction, the ground pushes us in the forward direction. And that reaction force, the ground is nothing but of course the friction force I'm talking about. Fact 3. We won't be able to burn matchsticks to start fires. And the burning of a matchstick would not be possible without friction. And it is because it is difficult to light a matchstick by striking it on a smooth surface because enough friction won't be possible, right? When you rub a matchstick on a smooth surface, because it won't produce sufficient amount of heat required to burn a matchstick. Fact 4. You can't drive. In this case, stopping yourself will be easier, definitely it would be, but stopping other objects like cars and bike won't be possible. Engines in cars will work, but your brakes won't work. So even though friction is thought of a force that opposes the motion of an object, but the motion of a car would not be possible without friction. Fact 5. Objects will continue to accelerate. There will not only be the lack of friction between the surfaces, but there will also be the lack of air resistance and due to less molecular friction. So if you push off something even with a very small acceleration, you will continue accelerating until you hit something very hard. And this is how rocket propulsion works. A rocket throws exhaust gas in one direction and in return it gets a push from the backward direction. Fact 6. You can't pick anything up. And it is because your ability to grip and pick things up is due to friction. Anything you were holding on to, at the moment friction is ceased to exist, would instantly fall on the ground or fly out of your hand. Fact 7. Anything entering Earth's surface from the outer space will hit the Earth at astronomical speeds. Meteors. Yes, meteors. They would not burn in the Earth's atmosphere, and that is due to lack of molecular friction. Extinction causing events would be possible on the daily. Everything that enters the Earth's surface will surely almost hit the Earth at astronomical speeds. Fact 8. Entire agriculture system will crumble. Soil would not be able to hold together, that is with the loss of friction, which means that the entire global agriculture system would practically grind to a halt. Fact 9. If there is no friction, then we cannot get sunlight from the sun. Fact 10. If there is no friction, we cannot fly by airplane or by helicopter either. And we won't even be able to generate energies. Even heat energy, thermal energy, hydro energy, solar energy, wind energy, all of these will not be possible for if there is no friction. To go even further, we have to go deeper in the universe as it currently exists. We have to look into the quantum. Friction is one of the main interaction of forces between atoms and the particles. Nearly everything around us is held together to friction by molecular and quantum level. So without friction, materials will have almost no resistance to sharing forces, and the world will become almost a homogeneous, featureless blob.